I'm Mo Rocca, and I'm excited to announce Season 4 of my podcast, Mobituaries. I've got a whole new bunch of stories to share with you about the most fascinating people and things who are no longer with us. From famous figures who died on the very same day, to the things I wish would die, like buffets. All that and much more. Listen to Mobituaries with Mo Rocca wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and then welcome to another edition of Relationship Advice. All right, let's go ahead, get straight on into it. Starting off with this first one, my partner is leaving me because I expected him to clean up after himself. If you're dating a slob, I'm not gonna read this, but well, you know what? No, let's read it because it ain't that much to read. So, anyways, my partner and I have been together almost 4 years. We have had trouble since we purchased a home together almost a year ago. Since the purchase, things went downhill due to him being so busy with work. He works from home that he doesn't have time to clean up after himself around the house. I found I was always doing the cooking, cleaning, unpacking, and I became resentful and bitter. He also doesn't have time to do things with me, and getting him to is like pulling. Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. I don't know. I was like, okay, I was trying to like pre-read and then read what I was reading, and then my brain just went all over the place. So anyways, all right. So with me and getting him to is like pulling teeth. Okay, I read that right. He won't even come to bed. He works so much. Usually I have to get him off the couch at 2 a.m. I work full time too in education, so I'm home by 3:30 in the afternoon. He said since I quote unquote barely work and that he pays a small portion of the bills, that I should do all the cleaning. I'm going to just be honest with a lot of people, is that relationships, just because you put in some effort, your sum doesn't equal up to the effort that the other is putting up. Like, I feel like if somebody is having to come out and write a post like this, they're doing a lot. Like, no, I feel like if you have to run to the internet on some stuff, no, like, yeah, you're doing a lot. And I think that a relationship like that, it's best before things just, get a little too toxic. It's best to end the relationship. All right. But, I guess like if he comes to his senses or whatever and stuff, yeah, then, maybe it might work out in the future. But for now, I think, yeah, it's best if y'all go your separate ways. But anyways, then on top of that, saying that you barely work, I'm like, the teachers that I remember from my school, the ones that I actually did like, yeah, they were putting in work. So that was like, those are like those teachers where I'm like, nah, I need like a Mr. Feeney, like they were those types of teachers from Boys Meet World, for those that watched that show. But yeah, there was teachers like that I went to school with, and I'm like, nah, you definitely, if there's anybody at this school that deserves a pay raise, it's you. All right. So, but anyways, so then he also earns more. He is insistent on this. This topic comes up in every argument. They get very heated, and he yells and acts aggressive and has punched walls. Oh no, I definitely would, because eventually it's gonna be you instead of a wall. He was gonna like, nope, that wall is too hard, but her face seems soft. So no, yeah, I definitely would end that relationship right then and there. So he says I bring this anger out of him, and it is reactive. Anyways, it has all came to a head where he insists I apologize for being too hard on him about helping me with the house. Then in February, his sister died in a very traumatic and horrible way. He was part of the attempted rescue efforts and has PTSD from the experience. So like if that has any, I don't know, like because I don't know if this happened like before. Well, so together we have since purchased a home together almost a year ago. So I think they're saying all right, so this past February, so yeah, a year. And if it's been going on, and I feel like with this, added on like stuff from his sister, yeah, I do feel like that there could be a lot going on. But at the same time, I'm like, if you do have frustrations and they've been going on for a while and they're annoying you and you're getting upset over it, yeah, I just think that it's like, if you guys can sit down and have a civilized conversation, then okay, cool. But if not, then yeah, then I like I was saying, like, I think that it's best if the relationship just ended and stuff. But it's because, and that's the thing where it's like, maybe he does want the relationship to continue going, but at the same time, it's like, you can't put in little effort and then expect them to put in all the effort and stuff in the relationship and supporting one another and all that stuff. So, but anyways, I put all of our differences aside to support him during that time. Now the anger is coming out more than ever. He returned home to tell me he is leaving me and to get a lawyer to sort out the house. I am devastated. Oh, I don't know why. I was like, okay. So, all right, I just completely forgot. So he's leaving her. Okay, so yeah, if he's doing that, then yeah, he knows that like this relationship ain't gonna get any better. All right, so yeah, I think it's best that he's doing that. He needs to have some time to himself, and that's the thing where I feel like that he'll have the time to himself. And then him, if he is living out on his own. Or even let's say he meets somebody that's just like him, you're going to end up seeing them on that TV show Hoarders, most likely. If they don't clean up after themselves, yeah, you're going to most likely see them. So, on that TV show. If not that, then yeah, it's like, he'll probably at some point come to his senses and be like, hey, I was in the wrong, all that stuff. So, but anyways, so I am devastated. He led me to believe that he wanted a future with me. He says my behavior was abusive because I put too much pressure on him at a stressful time, looking for comfort, advice, or anything. Yeah, I just, okay, hold on. I think it's best if the relationship ends because based off of this post, it sounds like it isn't going to get better. Maybe one day he might come to the realization that he was wrong and things might work out in the future, but for now you guys need a break. Okay, I'm gonna leave that comment. I feel like that was a solid comment. So, but no, I truly do believe that. I'm like, nah, you guys got way too much going on. So I'm like, nah, yeah, I don't think that, I don't think something like that you gotta be devastated over. It's like, I think because like how old were they again? Yeah, you're 31. I do feel like that. It's like, put yourself out there in the dating scenes. Yeah, you'll find somebody that cares for you and stuff. So. But anyways, next one, my boyfriend wants to have a marriage ceremony but refuses to get legally married. So he wants to have the ceremony, but he doesn't want to get married. That makes no sense. Then it's like that. So you're pretty much one, how like, I think like, what was it back in, because I remember hearing about that. It was just unheard of. I remember when I went to high school, but I just remember like on TV shows, I think they did it on Saved by the Bell, but it was like a promise ring, I think. So he pretty much wants to have like a promise ceremony. Nah, man, like, no, it's stuff like that where I'm like, that just doesn't even make any sense. Why go through all that? You're pretty much getting all the way to the finish line and then just stopping. Like, you're not even crossing that. No, bro, that's just doing too much. That's something where I'm like, it's either we get married or we don't. But it's like, to have a marriage ceremony, yeah, let's just go out and get a couple of Xboxes, have a marriage ceremony in Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, you just have like let's just have a gaming marriage. Like, because if you're gonna put a little effort into, I feel like, into that, then yeah, I'm definitely gonna, I don't know how I would feel about that. Like, if like a girl that I was seeing, she was all like, oh, I want to get married, but I don't want to get married. I'm like, that doesn't even, so are we getting married or are we not? Like, I don't get that. She's like, well, I don't want to get legally married, but I want to have a ceremony. I'm like, I'm not going all out for nothing. I'm like, nah, that's just doing too much and stuff. So, but yeah, it's like, again, relationship don't work out. This person, they're young too. They're 21 years old. So yeah, if things don't work out because of this whole marriage ceremony stuff, then yeah, you're young, you'll most likely find another relationship. So yeah, it's stuff like that where I'm like, kind of weird. So, but anyways, next one, I don't know how to deal with my boyfriend's fear of missing out with other women. How do I move on after 2 years and not sit around and wait for him? Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? Whoa, okay. Let me read this again. I don't know how to deal with my boyfriend's fear of missing out with other women. How do I move on? Okay, like no, we gotta read this. Why is it so hard for me to accept that my boyfriend or ex-boyfriend doesn't want to be with me anymore? A couple of days ago, he told me that he still has the feelings he's missing out and wants to be or have sex with other people. I wasn't surprised because he came to me about this a couple of times before. But on my side of things, I thought everything was getting better. No, it's not. He's telling you he wants to sleep around. Like that, no, my thing. All right, so here's what I personally think. If you're in a relationship like that, out of the past two, the marriage ceremony and then the dirty, boyfriend, whatever, this is the one where I'm like, no, you have to abandon ship. Like, that's something where it's just, no, he wants to see other people. He's literally telling you that, or he wants to have an open relationship. If you're not with that, then fam, yeah, you have to abandon ship. You have to leave the relationship. That's not gonna work. At least for me, that's not gonna work out. Cause no, like if I'm in a relationship and she's telling me some stuff, I'm like, oh well, I feel like I'm missing out. And I'm like, what do you mean you feel like you're missing out? I'm like, I don't get that. That's something where I'm like, okay, well, if you don't want to be in a relationship, then let's just end it. And she's like, well, I don't want to end it. I just want to sleep around. I'm like, no, I'm not with that. So I'm like, you definitely gonna have to go somewhere else with that because I am not with that. So that's something, yeah, that's weird. That's just crazy and that's weird. The fact that he's going to you and telling you this, like, that's some bold stuff. So anyways, so she goes on to say, we start going to the gym, doing more things and working on ourselves. We've been together almost every day for the past 2 years, do everything, together, etc. Recently, he made a friend at work and he's been getting out and doing more, which I'm really supportive of because he doesn't have any friends. The other night, I asked him how he was feeling and he told me about the FOMO. Of course, I'm upset, but feel like there's nothing I can do. No, end the relationship. That's what you can do. If he's thinking about other women while he's in a relationship with you, yeah, you gotta end the relationship. So he goes on. So she goes on to say he told me he loves me, and it's nothing that I've done, but the romantic feelings for me fade in and out, and he can't stop a wandering eye, but thinks he can spend the rest of his life with me. As he was breaking up with me, he told me he didn't want to hurt me anymore and do the most respectful way, and then said, I'll probably regret this. Well, why say things like that and toy with me? We've been broken up for 4 days, but we live together. I'm pretty sure he downloaded Tinder the next day he broke up with me. I was being psycho crazy and found his profile. How do I not let this bother me or move on? I also don't have the option to move out. I love him so much, but I can't just wait for him to come back to me. Do I let him explore his options to realize he messed up? Yeah, no, for sure that. Okay. I'm definitely going to type up something to this person, but no, yeah, you have to move on. In a situation like that, you have no choice but to move on, because if a person's telling you this, like, yeah, they are. The thing is this, I guess, like, he loves you to a certain extent, but you have to sit down and think about it. It's like, he doesn't love you the way that you love him. You ain't thinking about nobody else. He's thinking, fam, they have literally made movies on stuff like this before. And I'm like, no, and that's usually how it goes, where things just don't work. I'm like, all right, hold on. You should check out this movie called Fences, and have him watch it too, so he can get better understanding. What? How? Okay, there we go. Better understanding on what happens when you. Because in the movie, he didn't leave his wife, but he was sleeping around and things. And yeah, it didn't end up good for him and stuff. And then eventually it is going to lead back to where it's you and him. And then, yeah, so I do think that, in a situation like that, it's best if you move on right now and stuff. Again, young people, you have time ahead of you. So yeah, it's stuff like that where it's just it's weird. But anyways, better understand what happens when you sleep around. What else can I say? If I was you, I would move on and start seeing other people, because even though he said he loves you, he doesn't love you the way you love him. And I feel like that's messed up. That's no, because I feel like it's more like Shot said, like I feel like it's more messed up like that. Well, nah, all right, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I feel like that's messed up. Okay, there we go. Comments. Okay, yeah, because that's just that's something where I'm like that. I can't live like that. I can't live underneath those conditions. So. But anyways, then the next one, my boyfriend makes me physically sick. Yeah, let's see where am I at with the time? Okay, I'm gonna read this one last one. I'm gonna go ahead and call it with this episode. But anyways, so she goes on to say, my boyfriend makes me physically sick. So it starts off saying, I've been dating my boyfriend for about 4 years now. However, we took a break about a year ago and have gotten back together in the last couple of months. The break came about for a multitude of reasons. We were fighting a lot, lived in different cities, and we're just in a weird place in our relationship. I didn't want the break. He brought it up, and I was vehemently... Bro, that's a new word for me. But anyways, against it, partly due to the insecurity and partly because I would miss him too much. Before I go on, I really do love him. He's the most comforting and supportive person ever. Over time, I saw the break for what it was. Time for both of us to appreciate and miss each other. And when I moved to his city for my new job, we slowly got back together. It was like the first time. Okay, so I'm like, you have this love. All right, I need to get to the part where it's like makes me physically sick. All right, so anyway, we had a quite active sex life before, healthy but abundant, I would say. However, ever since we got back together, it's not the same anymore. Fine with kissing or making out, but as soon as it goes further than that, I feel physically sick and nauseated. It almost reminds me of motion sickness. We have had sex a couple of times since, and it's been the same each time. I've been just powered through it. Once we finish, I need to go in the shower to wash him off. Wait, what? What? How does it? What do you? Because I thought like I'm confused by this one, because I'm like, what do you? Like, I get, like, if y'all shower together, but, like, to shower him, what kind of kingdom relationship is... No, that's a weird one. I'm like, yeah, I just think that whoever this person is, it's like, I think they're a little bit too obsessive over the relationship. And I'm like, no, if it ain't work it out, it ain't work it out. So, but, so, yeah, like that, and then he's commenting on it, and usually make up some excuse about what I ate, or that I'm tired. It's so weird, because I... love how he smells, but my body has such a reaction to it. It's some word. I'm like, I am going to try to pronounce it. But anyways, what's up with them using these big words? I'm like, fam, I'm like, you understand, you're on the internet. I'm like, we don't be using big words here, all right? So, but anyways, when we were broken up, we did say we could date other people, but neither of us really went further than a couple of Tinder dates and kissing. I trust him and he trusts me, and since it was part of the deal, we wouldn't have been too upset. I don't know what this is, so has this ever happened to anyone else? I don't know how I would begin to bring this up. I think, in a situation like that, you gotta have to change things up, I guess. I don't know how to change things up. I guess I don't know, bro, but that sounds like that's what needs to happen, because I just think that along those lines, or it's like you're feeling physically sick, things I guess they need to get changed up. I'm like, that's just, I'm still tripping off of the shower part though. It's like, so you know what, that's them in their life. I'm like, I ain't gonna worry about it. So anyways, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and call it with this podcast episode. So anyways, Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 50 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, and Kick at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your next purchase. And if you're purchasing any energy drinks or sleep drinks from Poggers, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock 10% off your next purchase. And if you're purchasing any controller accessories from Fatal Grips, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. That will also knock 10% off your next purchase. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.